Hello traders, good day to you all. This is Christopher Glen from PlusFinancials. And today it is the 8th of May 2014. This is a daily market review for the current market status, but I'd like to say that yesterday we had a very quiet market, and even today we had a very quiet market. Looking at the announcements, we can see that we had the European Central Bank press conference, and until that indication, unemployment claims in the United States and European Central Bank press conference, we had a bit of a quiet market. As you can see, the pound itself, we had the official bank rate, and we had the asset purchase facility that hadn't expressed any change as we were expecting, because generally we can see that for the last several months, even 6 months, we had no change, and even more than that on both indices. Right now, we can say that the only announcement that actually expressed any kind of liquidity is the European Central Bank press conference and the unemployment claims in the United States. Um, Basically, I was waiting for the announcement as well to analyze the market to see whether we've received a new information reflecting new potential on the charts. As I said yesterday, we had a very quiet morning, uh, very quiet day. We can say that tomorrow we've got good expectation for an additional liquidity, the manufacturing production in England, the pound announcement, and Canadian dollar announcements as well, the unemployment change and the unemployment rate in Canada. And after that, the job opening in the United States at 3 p.m. So we've got a good potential in terms of liquidity on Tuesday, sorry, tomorrow, the 9th of August. Of May. Let's go to the chart and let's see what's going on today. What was the effect of the announcement? We saw the euro gaining an enormous amount of strength instantly, and after that, losing a lot of strength. Let's see that on the chart. First of all, let's go over the general aspect of the euro versus the US dollar. As I told you a second ago, the euro gained an enormous amount of strength and then crashed down. Looking at the larger cycle, consider that just a small expression along the very disappointing, choppy and overlapping and confusing condensed movement of the euro. We can see that for the last several days, even weeks, the market is just bouncing backward and forward. We had a very nice uptrend over here, but right now the market is not expressing a significant movement. Let's add the Elliott wave instrument. Let's see what is our expectation from this asset. So on a weekly chart, again, I mentioned that several times before, we've received an impulse movement dropping down, and then we've received the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave. Right now, the expectation from this asset, the ABC of A, a drop down of B, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, condensed of 3, 4, and fifth wave is forming at the moment. We've moved beyond the third wave of fifth, pullback of the fourth, and right now forming the fifth of fifth. Because of the presentation over here, let's look at the lower time frame. Okay, my expectation is a continuance of a downtrend. We've got a very nice trend line over here. Basically, I do see this formation as a corrective pattern, not as a new impulse movement lower. A cross and a close beyond this trend line on a 4-hour chart will indicate a continuance of a downtrend movement, and that will be a good potential for entry point toward a short position on the euro versus the US dollar. So from this aspect, we can learn that the potential right now is a weaker euro in the dollar, but let's see if that aspect is presenting a good potential for a weaker dollar in the markets or a stronger dollar in the markets, according to the dollar index analysis. So the dollar index is showing a good impulse movement climbing higher. Let's again look at the daily chart. It's not the dollar index, just one second. There we go. Okay. Just to remind you, several weeks ago I said that I'm expecting the dollar index to drop down toward the 78 level. We can see that this downtrend movement continued lower and lower and lower. We broke the support and resistance line over here. We can say that the pullback at the moment is forming a corrective pattern, formed a corrective pattern, and right now we've received an impulse movement climbing higher on an hourly chart. I wouldn't trade a stronger dollar in the markets yet before we will cross this trend line, which indicates this ABC pattern dropping down. So a cross beyond that will indicate a continuous potential of a stronger dollar in the markets. So let's go over the currencies that we've already talked about for the last several days. I talked a lot about the dollar versus the Russian ruble. I mentioned that there's a good potential to take a put option, a short position over here. We've received an first impulse movement, then a corrective ABC. Now we're in the third wave. That's a 1, 2, 3. We will receive the 4 and the 5th dropping down. Then there's another 4 up and the 5th dropping down to this area. I was expecting the dollar versus the Russian ruble to drop down toward the 34 rate and then continue its uptrend movement. So at the moment, this is the aspect. We're still moving forward toward that area. I told you that I'm expecting to see more than 10% of a drop down over here. Not more than 10%, approximately 10% of a drop down from 36 till 34, even lower than that. That's a bit lower than 10% of a drop down. Very nice trend that we've caught from this area and beyond. So I still see this currency falling down, the dollar in front of the Russian ruble. Dollar versus the Turkish again, just as the Russian ruble, the Turkish currency is still expressing the weakness that we were expected to see in front of the dollar. I said that because of this ABC pattern climbing up, my expectation is that we will see a continuous of a downtrend since this point and beyond, and we do see that downtrend movement. Let's make an assessment regarding the target of this downtrend movement. So my assessment regarding the drop down, I need to go to low time frame. Okay, so we've got the first wave of the 5th until this area, then 2. We're forming the third wave right now. I do expect to see a larger fall down and then a pullback and then the 5th wave dropping down and completing the structure. My assessment is that we will see a bit more downtrend over here as well, just as we're expecting to see in front of the Russian ruble. And the South African rand is showing the same potential. By the way, the South African rand is forming a very clean structure of the elite wave analysis. We've received the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4 is expected to climb up, and then the 5th to fall down again. So at the moment, I do expect to see a pullback of a corrective pattern on both the South African rand, the Turkish currency, and the Russian ruble, and only then I'll continue lower before a larger uptrend movement on a larger cycle. Definitely, no question about it. So from here, I'd like to wish you all the best with your trades. I wish you all the best with your analysis as well. If you've got any question, you can refer to the website. I wish you all the best. Have a pleasant day, and bye-bye.